what do you think's caused such a disconnection between us, like within ourselves? Do you think it is technology, social media? Because I have this theory that because we've developed in such a rate that we're unable to keep up with the transition of from being, working factories, shifts, and 9 to 5s, and then all of a sudden,
Mm,
everything is at your fingertips, and it's so much.
hmm
It's a bombardment of information or comparisons, and maybe even jealousy to an extent where you see other people doing things and you think, why am I not doing that? And I think a lot of people get lost in themselves because you try and find yourself, but you're trying to create a life that you're seeing on Instagram or wherever rather than a life that suits or fulfills you, which I don't know
correct.
if that's something that you've thought about or heard when you've been in your classes from people.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I believe that that's a part of it. And I believe that it was occurring even before that. Like
Mm,
social media just only heightened it even more and has contributed to just increase in that stress in your nervous system being activated because of how easily things are at your fingertips to then go into comparison.
hmm
No, like comparison is such a way to also disconnect from yourself because then it becomes when we compare and if we feel inadequate from that comparison or jealousy and envy from that comparison, now I think our ego comes in, right? Like ego is this developed identity. And we need ego again to be like physically human and to function in this earthly realm because if we didn't have it, I think we would be this like soul kind of floating around and we'd have overstimulation uh where we really wouldn't be able to have some compartmentalization to structure life. And so we need some of that and we need some of like the free flowing ability to individualize yourself and also connect to your like fulfillment, your passion that has nothing to do with what anyone else is doing. But
hmm
when we're in that state of comparison and the ego comes in and then competes, right? Like it's not they're doing this amazing thing and there's enough for me to do that too. And I'm happy for them. And I trust and believe that I can also create my own fulfilling life, whether that's
Yeah.
similar to theirs or whether that's different, to hold that space to feel that happiness for someone else who has what you want or what you believe you think you want it, but is that really it or is it really what you perceive of, oh, I just want to be happy too, I want to be fulfilled too.
hmm
And that to me it's seeing things again, it's like broadening your view and really stepping into a place of trust and belief and courage and confidence and vulnerability to take a risk to engage in things that fulfill you. And you also have to know then what does fulfill me. And that might take
hmm
some trial and error. It might
Yeah.
be what that person is doing. It might not be.
hmm And that there's when it comes to the ego as well. Do you believe there is a good and a bad ego, isn't there? There's good, there's positive aspects of ego, and there's obviously the negative,
Hmm.
which you've just sort of explained there.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
what would you say the positives are for having the ego then, to keep you sort of in line, to keep
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I would say like thank you. I would say that the when I break it down, and this is just my understanding at this point in time, and it might change, and I'm totally open for other people's perspectives too. I appreciate when that occurs to consider other things and to contemplate and be curious. Though I believe that the ego, and if I say like your true essence, some people calls that your soul,
Mhm.
uh, but like your authentic like self and your ego, I believe want the same thing. They want a sense of safety. They want fulfillment and satisfaction. while they might go about it in different ways. And sometimes the ego can get caught up in that extreme of, I want satisfaction. And I believe that's going to come through power and money, greed and dominance to get there.